इतना सा फर्क है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी, और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रैंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रैंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome to our Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series. This is a launch of Big Business Opportunity. Franchise India team is happy to share and represent to all of you. This is a digital representation of the business opportunity, which will start with the presentation from brand side. Moving towards our panel discussion, we would love to take all the queries. There is a question and answer box. We request each one of you to please maximize this with sharing your queries in the same. The particular webinar is hosted by management team of Franchise India, Gaurav Sir and Sone ma'am. And the business opportunity which we are launching today comes from Delhi NCR. It's a recycle device. It's a popular and well-established refurbished laptop brand. And today we have invited Mayank ji. Mayank Gupta, who is a VP Specific Brand Strategy Alliances and HR, and Siddharth Narayan, who is a co-founder. Thank you so much, Siddharth. Thank you so much, Mayank, for joining in today. We are very happy that we are launching your brand to all our investors. So may I request you to please start with the presentation?
Hello everyone, I am Siddharth. Thank you Rachna ji and thank you Mr. Gaurav ji for allowing us this opportunity to be present on this platform in front of the esteemed audience of your investors. So I'll just go on and shout out some names from the list of people who are attending us. Mr. Alok, Amar, Arun, Devojyoti, Deepak, Dipankar, Mahendra, Rajan, Mr. Pillai, Tarun, Varun, and Vinay. We welcome you all to be a part of this presentation today, and here our vision to become the biggest franchisee of the refurbished laptops in India across all the major cities. Okay, so from here I'll be moving to the presentation, the PPT, wherein we will try to showcase a little about this idea, and then eventually we move to the question sessions. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, so we are now good to start. So here the company name, the brand name is Recycle Device, recycledevice.com. It's a website wherein any customer, any individual could come and sell their old electronics, mobile phone, laptops, tablets. The process of selling is very simple. They can come, select the model name of their inventory, of their item. They can answer a few simple questions to know what is the condition of their device, and then basis on those questions, those responses, we give them a value. All these things happen instantaneously on that website, and what we get is a final quote of the device. If the customer likes the device, likes the code, they can place the order. We visit the customer's place to get the device picked, verified, and we make the payment then and there. So that's how the recycledevice.com has been operating for past. I was on the developed. It is itself through diagnosis through which mobile phones and laptops. Okay, all these inventories are again managed through our end-to-end tech ecosystem, which offers different software tools to internal team, to our customer for selling their inventories, and for our buyers who are buying through our online platforms. All these inventories then again are managed through our exclusive warehouses, wherein the staff has been using the RD provided tech to either repair, process, and deliver to our end customer on time, on designated timings. Moving to next. All right. Over these period of 5 years, we have developed these numbers, which are core to our vision, wherein we have maintained our Google reviews ratings at 4.2 and 4.3, whether it's a B2C rating or B2B ratings. The total customer base we have acquired is close to 204,000, and through those customers, we have traded close to 211,000 devices. The average run rate for this year's revenue is pegged at 125 crores, and we are also simultaneously maintaining our online presence of Alexa ranking at number 2 in India. This is basically a search engine ranking wherein we come next to the closest competition. This is a small highlight of how we have been doing it, the end-to-end. Whenever we are sourcing an inventory, okay, so these sources have been defined as e-commerce giants, the website itself, recycledevice.com, and store exchanges. So from these sources, the inventory reaches to our warehouses via reverse logistics system, and in the warehouse, it either gets repaired, packaged, depending on the liquidation channel. It then gets pushed into the forward logistics channel and eventually liquidated into the sales channel of the franchisees, the online marketplace, and the offline channels as well. The connection between all these stages is again exclusively through the tech developed by RD's tech team in-house. Again, talking about the technology expertise of RD, so our own diagnostic system, which is for mobile phone and laptops, is able to identify some key aspects of a device so that we are always true of the quality of a device that we are picking up. We are aware of the quality of the device that we are picking up. So one key highlight here is that the clone detection. There are a lot of devices which are cloned. What I mean to say by clone is that they are not the actual devices. They have been morphed or developed through some malpractices. So we are able to identify those devices and reject them at the time of the pickup. Other than the clone, the rest of the hardware and software items, we are easily able to detect and diagnose the condition of them. And again, these tests are done, the tested results are then pushed into the system server to get the price through the price engine. Now moving from the tech part to rest of the expertise of the RD. So we already have in-house repairing team. We have exclusive tie-up with recycling companies. Our own B2B marketplace, wherein we are selling these inventory to B2B vendors in bulk quantities. We have multiple warehouses across India. These warehouses are helping us as a as a stable office in the city from where we can deploy our operations team, field team, and sales team. The deployed strengths of recycle device have been executed through the team members which are on display here. These team members have been with us since the beginning, most of them actually, and they are taking care of their own jobs in RD depending on the vision of the company. So let's see, if it is tech, we have Mr. Prince. If it is sales, we have Mr. Ullas. Products, the pricing, the SKU addition, we have Mr. Gautam. Mr. Gautam is also taking care of the TRC and repairing of the inventories. Mr. Ketan, who is running the business operation. With business operation, I mean to say the buyback from the customers, from end users, from end customers. And Mr. Mayank Gupta, who has joined us today on the presentation itself for different various projects. Okay, now we are moving to the next section of the PPT, wherein we are going to talk about the opportunity of the laptops. Okay, so as we know that we are talking about refurbished items, so mobiles are there. Mobiles are a refurbished item which are in high demand, but for past few years there is a lot of saturation there, a lot of competition there. So we are not running away from them, but we are trying to bring a value wherein a gap was there in the market of refurbished laptops. As we see, since past 3-4 years, the volume have been increasing because of the work from home culture, the study from home culture. There is a lot of demand in the market and there is a lack of good suppliers. So in the next 5 years, we see the market growing in a very big way, wherein we want to push our name in the market as the one-stop solution for this kind of inventory. So we'll discuss about this in detail as we move further in the slides. The recycle device name, as per the franchisee model and the product proposition, has been pegged at a medium quality product with a very affordable premium pricing of the product. If you look into the rest of the laptop ecosystem, what we find that Apples are a very premium and expensive units, and there are some other brands which are trying to sell brand new laptops in a very medium price range. But in the refurbished category, we do not have any good competition as of now who is doing laptops exclusively in a affordable fashion while maintaining the quality of the inventory. So the pricing mechanism of recycled devices laptop, the bundled offered along with the laptop has put us in a zone wherein we can offer a very good value to our customers. We are also, as I told about the bundled offer, we are also offering warranties, assured buyback, and a few more offers to our B2C buyers who will benefit from our brand proposition. Okay, now since we are here today for the B2C franchisee of refurbished laptops, so I want to highlight the placement of those stores in the recycled devices ecosystem. We'll start from the left side of the page, wherein we see there are 3 sources: recycled devices own platform, which is recycledevice.com, the e-commerce giants. With them, we have a very good tie-up of bulk sourcing, and our own offline store network from where we have been doing store exchanges. Through all these stores, the inventory reaches through our buyback engine, which is the diagnosis and the price engine. Then it gets into our TRC. Okay, we are putting some of the inventory in TRC and not all of it. Okay, so whatever these inventory which goes into TRC can go into the franchisee stores. The franchisee stores also act as a sourcing engine for us, because any walk-in customer can come here and wish to sell their own old laptop or mobile, and we have a process deployed, SOP and tech deployed to get that done for us. So the franchisee not only benefits by the walk-in of the customer who would want to sell their old item, they would also benefit by being able to sell their own refurbished units. Anyhow, the franchisee is now also able to feed our warehouse and the TRC for again completing the cycle of refurbishment, repair, and liquidation. Also, the inventory which doesn't has to go to TRC can go into warehouse, and through our sales enabler platform, it gets liquidated completely into the market, and the cycle then gets completed. The benefit for the end customer is that they get to be a part of the ecosystem, either at the buyback engine level or at the franchisee store level. They can always liquidate their old inventories, and the franchisees benefit because of the TRC's presence to get the ready and ready for sale inventory to the B2C customers. This slide talks about a little about the overall financial dynamics of the franchisee model. So the total investment here is close to 10 to 12 lakhs. From that investment, what we get is that the initial investment of 4 to 5 lakhs, that initial investment is further broken down into the franchisee fees, a small cash held for 2 months working capital, some for the inventory, property deposits, and a little cash is utilized in getting the fit out done for the store, close to 2 to 3 lakhs. So now the rest of the 4 lakhs out of the total investment of 10 to 12 lakhs is used for the inventory purchase, which is close to 20-25 laptops in the first month of the business as an inventory to the store. Now that store has now that the franchisee partner has already invested close to 12 lakhs, and he has invested in the store setup the cost of 4 lakhs and the inventory cost of 4 lakhs, he will have close to 2 lakhs as a working capital in hand to keep the store running for next 2-3 months. The investment has been done. Now the store do expect that some margins are there for him. So the margins have been calculated as 12 to 16%. This basically depends on the inventory value. We can go further into detail as we move ahead. So the 12 to 16% margins are there on each unit. And based on these margins, we can assure a payback period of 10 to 13 months. 10 to 13 months payback period seems a good cycle, because in 10 to 13 months, we are able to get the initial investment out of the system. And from year 2 onwards, we are fully in profit as we move ahead in this. Agreement period is for 3 years. At least things go well, we can always work for a very long period here. Now from the second part of the slide, wherein we discuss about the responsibilities also. So most of the responsibilities have been divided between franchisee and the recycle device. The recycle device will always take care of the inventory supplies to the franchisee, the staff training, the brand placement, the social media outreach, and all these activities. And the franchisee will always be there, present at their stores to keep the business operations running and manage the walk-in customers. Okay, we'll move to next. Okay, so what we have here is the rollout plan into different cities. There is a lot of demand in metro cities for the refurbished units because of the migrant population, and as India is a very large country, so all tier 2, tier 3 cities can also be a part of this journey. All right, so this actually ends the slide here. So what we have shown here today is the company's background, who all are taking care of these important aspects of the company and the vision of the company with the franchisee partners. I have 3-4 videos also, so that we are able to convey the idea properly to the audience. So I'll play 3-4 videos. I'll just start in a second. Give me a second. So in this video, what we have tried to show here is that any customer can come to our website, which is recycledevice.com, and they can place an order by selecting the make and model of their device. On placing the order, what we do is that we send our executive to the customer's place for the pickup of the device. The executive verifies the device as per the SOP of the company and makes the payment to the customer. Once the payment has been done to the customer, the device ownership belongs to Recycle Device. We bring the device to our warehouse, and from our warehouse, we are able to now sell it to different liquidation channels of our company. Okay, so I'll also show another video. In this video, we are showing that any customer can come into a partner store, which is a retail, it could be a retail store. They can come with an old item of their mobile or laptop. Once they are there, they can hand it over to the store promoter. The store promoter will be running the diagnosis. As you can see, he is clicking the run button. The diagnosis tests the device and gives the final price to the customer. If the customer likes the price, he will book a transaction there and the item will be brought to RD's warehouse. So these two are the customer buyback videos, either from their doorstep or from a channel partner's retail store. We also do sourcing from a few more sources. So that sourcing also I'll show through video. So I'm just playing this video once again. I'll be explaining a few parts of it quickly. So what we are trying to show is that if anyone has a question from where the laptops would come in. So Recycle Device has these exclusive sources of laptop, the e-commerce companies, Flipkart, Amazon, through brand stores, the store exchange, the previous video that we had seen, from corporates, from where we can get bulk liquidated inventories, from our partner stores, and from our own website also. Okay, all these sources of inventory, we get our laptops. We do quality checks based on our diagnosis. These quality checked items are then either repaired. These all repaired items are ready for liquidation. We have very good margins available on them, and we have always tried to keep our prices affordable, and we have also ensured that all these high margin products at very affordable prices are able to reach out to maximum number of customers across India. So we have a very stable tie-ups with a lot of logistic service providers with whom we are able to cover the deliveries across India. So this video also had shown that the associated partners who are working with us and buying inventory from us can just buy the inventory at a click of a button from our B2B platform, marketplace platform, RD partners, and earn very good margins and get enough support from us. Okay, so everyone, thanks for being patient and hearing me out. These are the videos through which I've also tried to bring some clarity to the viewers that how we are sourcing our inventories. Okay, and the last video was exclusively for laptops, so that people are having a good amount of clarity that these laptops are a very stable source of supply from our side. We have good integration with payment gateways for customer payment supports from logistics companies, and we have very good connections with a lot of spare parts and inventory suppliers. Okay.
Great. Thank you so much, Siddharth. This was a very well-prepared presentation. We have gone through a lot of information, and while you were taking through this presentation, I already have a lot of questions I see coming from our participants and prospective, I would say, partners. So I'll start taking these questions, and friends, I request all of you, while I see a lot of questions coming in, I'll see how many questions I can take up. But all of you can use the Q&A box, and if you can also mention the place, city, koi location aap own karte hain, koi property hai that you want to talk about, and we'll take all that in the next 15 odd minutes.
At the same time, we also have a separate discovery day, or I would say one-to-one discussion, because a lot of information that we would talk about and discuss, we might not be able to do at length. So anything that remains, not understood, or you require deeper understanding, I'll request all of you to reach out to us, and we'll conduct a discovery day where you can have one-to-one meeting with Siddharth and also Mayank, or if you're outside Delhi, NCR, we are more than happy to even do that online for all of you. So thank you once again, Siddharth. And friends, just to maybe recap this opportunity, I would say, this is a company which has been started in 2017, and they've worked all these years and spent a lot of time to build all these tools, which includes product merchandise, their pricing engine, advanced diagnostic, fintech integration, which is very, very important in a business like this, forward and reverse logistics. So all that is something they have been doing all these years. And now, with their robust business model, they've created a platform which is a digital platform which is very transparent. And I would say, if you look at this industry, largely it is very unorganized in India and across the world. And refurbished product business has been picking up pace big time. And today, when you look at this, market of refurbished gadgets in India, it is valued at almost, $4 billion. And since this market is fragmented and unorganized, there's a very big potential, for growth. And this facilitates also big circular economy, continuous use of resources is something which is facilitated in a business model like this. And if you look at the overall, industry also, when you look at the new mobile market, the potential for this is almost 3 to 4 times bigger, because एक नया product device आप एक बार आप खरीद सकते हो, but a refurbished device can be sold 3 to 4 times. It can exchange, multiple hands. So typically, when we talk about refurbished, product, it works in 3 simple steps, and that is what I saw Siddharth also explaining, where the product is sourced from suppliers, and they see if there's any defect which are treated like scratches or any other defect, and refurbish them so that they are in great condition. And one may also improve some parts, and they will be as good as new. And then it is sold to customer with some kind of warranty. And also the selling price typically ranges from half to 70% of, I would say, the original cost price. And comparatively, this business has a higher arbitrage compared to the new business, because you have a 3 level up, value, and hence your margins improve. And if you look at the margins in new mobile business, that is comparatively single digit, आपका 3-4% के beyond नहीं मिल पाता. But refurbished mobile business, gadget business is comparatively higher on margins, where anything between 12 to 15-16% is the margin business has. The model that we are considering is a very small format, which is 150 square feet of space, tighter space, which has good inventory that we need to stock at the outlet. And overall investment is about 7 lakhs, where larger part of the investment is only inventory, जिसमें तकरीबन 4 लाख का आपका inventory है. The balance is your basic fit out cost and a very small, component of franchise fees, which the model has. So quickly, Siddharth, my first question, because, there are many other players also in this category, and I saw somebody in our audience also asking, if we have to peg ourselves, vis-a-vis the competition that is present in the market, how, are we positioning ourselves, and what is the, I would say, competitive advantage that we can offer as far as our business is concerned?
Thank you, Sonia, for the opportunity to answer the questions. I found the questions are to be of very intrigued nature. I really wanted to answer a few of them. So coming to the question that you have posed to us, how do we place ourselves with the competition, the competitive advantage and USPs? So the competition is mostly mobile phone. Okay. The names that I have seen is Cashify, Zobox, they're mostly mobile phones. So mobile phones, the margins are smaller, way smaller in comparison to laptop. Also, a lot of saturations are there, and a lot of offline market competition is available in mobile phones. Our key differentiator is laptops with a very high margin compared to mobile phone, okay, in terms of absolute rupees. And also we being exclusive in this domain, so we do pose a very different presence out there in the market and a lot of promising future.
Helpful, Siddharth. Now, on the model also, I have a lot of questions which I'm seeing. I'll pick all these question trends, and I'll request all of you, if you can put your city of your interest, that would also help in understanding your location. And when we talk about the model, hamara 150 square feet size and 4 lakhs typically goes in the inventory, and the balance is small amount towards fit out and the franchise fee. So ये 7 lakh का model है. But if you look at इसमें अगर हम turn around stock का समझे, what on an average is the industry average क्या है, हमारा average क्या आना चाहिए एक outlet पे, and कितना working capital, because I believe the initial investment is not much, but this business requires a lot of working capital, because if you don't have stock, आपका stock rotation नहीं होगा, you will not have enough efficiency coming from that small store.
Okay, Sonia, the inventory rotation that you are speaking about, so there is no company in the world who could promise you that there is a one-day rotation possible, okay? But we have worked out a certain solutions which I'll share with you. Solution number one is that whatever inventory is at the store A, let's assume store A in Mumbai, okay, any customer who walks into the store A and he says that he does not want the inventory which is there, because there is always a pin code based, a city based preference of the models, okay. Let's say that customer says that I don't like this inventory, so they can always go to our online platform from there itself with the support of the store, and they can buy any inventory available over all our ecosystem. Now, when I speak about ecosystem, that ecosystem can fetch the order from any other store also. So this is how we will be able to move the inventory into between different stores also, okay, and the liquidation will be faster. Also, the refurbished inventory pricing has been kept at such a level that most of the competition who would try to copy us will find it difficult, because we have developed a lot of expertise in part sourcing and inventory sourcing. So our prices has always been very well optimized, and it has already been taken care of. Usually nothing stays there for too long, and there is always a option of refreshing the inventory. We can always
Sure. So, but overall, agar hum rotation dekhen, working capital, like I mentioned, is very important in a business like this, because the moment your inventory moves out, you have to, in fact, stock the inventory at the outlet. And if you look at a 4 lakh inventory that we're talking about, what are the number of pieces? Kya kis tarike se hum judgment karte hain? What would move? Do we have, and because you're already an online player, so do we have the data intelligence of what products, what demand, price points, kis location pe kya inventory hamari jani chahiye?
Absolutely, Sonia. We have all this kind of database and information already logged with us, and as we punch ahead with the store opening, we will always be putting that kind of inventory there. It will not be like we will be putting a 1 lakh rupee worth laptop at a store where it cannot be liquidated. We understand that, and it will always be handled that fashion only.
And इसमें अगर हम एवरेज थ्रूपुट की बात करें, अगर हमारी monthly sale क्या expect की जा सकती है, what is the typical number of pieces one can make a sale in the month, and proportionately जो हमारे महीने की expenses हैं, what are those expenses? I know there's not big operating cost, because इसमें बहुत manpower नहीं चाहिए आपको. You don't need a very big prime space as well. You need a location which is captive. So if you want to give certain numbers, if somebody wants to break even and wants to make profit, ideally what is the number of pieces ideally one should be able to make a sale of, and कितना time लगता है उस level तक भी आने के लिए, so maybe first month, second month, third month, yeah.
Okay, see, I'll start with the expenses part. So the expenses are not too high. We only have to manage the rentals of the stores, the electricity, okay, and the rentals, electricity, and the salary of the staff. A promoter who is well versed with the industry of refurbished laptops, okay, or the refurbished industry, can easily manage the sale front on his own. Okay, so these are the three major kind of expenses which we do not believe will go above 40,000-50,000 rupees a month. Okay, and coming to the revenue part, after much research and looking into the market of unorganized sector, obviously because there are very few organized players in this domain who are operating in offline model. So what we found that our projections have been kept at a little lower, okay, conservative area. So we are saying only 20 to 25 laptops being liquidated in a month. That is only a laptop a day. Okay. Now, after working out the margins, what we feel that will always be in profit as we move ahead into this, but we still say that let's keep a time frame of 2 to 3 months to be able to realize that. Because whenever we are putting up a store, even though we are doing good branding, we will be doing a lot of online and offline branding, but the store discovery will take time. It takes 2 to 3 months to be visible into the nearby customer base.
And what are the typical price points for us, or an average price point? And if we look at, say, 25 odd sales in a month, what would be the corresponding?
The MRP of the product at the store to the customer will be at 21,000 approximately. Okay, for major number of units. But there is always an option of putting some premium units at some stores depending on the location for those customers who wish to go for a better kind of laptop. Okay, so 21,000 is the number there.
Sure. So this would mean almost about 5.5 to 6 lakhs kind of a sale, which we can expect.
Absolutely at 15-16%.
I'll also, like to take some questions from our audience. While we don't have too much of time, but I see a lot of questions pouring in. So first and foremost, I'll also like to understand, and there's a question from Mr. Amar Lunia, and this is one question which comes to every customer, maybe prospective franchisee's mind. And because largely very unorganized market hai, people want to trust maybe the right platforms from where they want to buy. So how do we? So the question which I'm seeing is on the genuineness of the product and the verification, and also any kind of guarantees, warranties that we're giving to our customer.
Genuineness of the product has been completed at the stage of sourcing. Whenever we are buying through our own platform, we are geo-tagging the location of the pickup. We are verifying the customer's name and its Aadhaar and some other items as well. Okay. And whenever the unit is at the warehouse, we are doing data wipe, repairing, cleaning. All these basic jobs are performed on daily basis. And during liquidation also, we are using our own POS panel wherein the customer details are captured. So we do not feel that any genuineness issue would come anywhere, any point of time.
And are we also giving warranties to our customers?
Yes, warranties and some assurance are there. Okay, so to make the deal sweeter for the customer, we are doing 6 months warranty on our laptops, and also assured buyback is there. So whenever a customer buys a laptop and after some period of usage he wishes to sell, he can always come back to the same store and say that I want to use the assured buyback program, and we will buy back the laptop at the fair price, whatever the price would be at that point of time. 6 months warranty is there.
All right, that's helpful. I have a question from Mr. Tarun Rajput. He's asking, what is the turnaround time from procurement to maybe listing the product for sale? And I believe the responsibility for entire procurement is that of the parent company, which is you. The franchisee's role is to fulfill and make a sale. So is he also responsible for procuring? And if, for example, there's a demand that comes up, how long does it take for us to fulfill that demand at the outlet of the franchisee?
See, obviously the procurement is the responsibility of the company. We have our own channels, but whosoever customer who would come into the franchisee store, the store owner, the customer will always use the recycled devices ecosystem to sell their old laptop. Now coming to the turnaround time, whenever we are doing a pickup through a tech-enabled platform, we always have the data available to us instantaneously. We can sell the unit in an ideal world at that same time if another buyer is available. We being an online player, I just have to do the listing online instantaneously, and the item can get sold instantaneously. So in an ideal world, but just talk about what is happening in the real scenario. The inventory is at the store. The customer has sold his laptop. We do have to do some processing, at least cleaning and packaging. So once all these jobs are done, we are free to list the item on the store itself or on the RD's online platform. So the liquidation is mostly instantaneously fast.
Sure. And I also have Mr. Deepak, rather Dr. Deepak Jain. I believe that he's already somebody in a similar business. And his question is, and we've talked about an EBO, and if somebody comes from the trade, maybe existing dealer, is it possible that he also, puts up in the same setup, a setup for, device, recycle device?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that
If
question.
we have somebody from the trade and they already have a setup in place, is there a possibility that a partner can continue to do the business from the same premise?
Yes, they can do from the same premise. We do not mind that. But yes, depending on the our brand's concept and the look and feel of the store, so there will be some modifications to be done there. And the rest of the part will stay the same. The inventory supply process, the buyback process, the bundled offers, and the decided margin, all everything will stay the same.
Helpful. And there's also a question on the marketing. Whenever a new store comes up or a franchise partner comes up, what is the support or a go-to-market support that we offer to a franchise partner? I see that question from Mr. Arun.
Support as in we do feel that any franchisee need to be fed with regular inventory, quality inventory. So that is always there. That's how the model would function for both of us. So there should not be any doubt about it. The pricing, we have already kept our pricing at a very good levels. So any potential person can always come and have a detailed look in person with us. Talking about other support matrix, so the tech, obviously doing anything manually would always account to loss of information and loss of process. So what we have is a tech enabled platform wherein you can always view the complete quality of the inventory, okay, complete list of the inventory, okay, and liquidation part also is managed through this only. Payment gateways and all these, the standard need of the today's world are already there with us. Logistics also, we are associated with the best of the best. So these kind of items has already been handled. So that's where I feel the support comes. These all things make life easy for us. Instead of spending 10 minutes into doing an activity, we are reduce it to 1 minute and 2 minutes so that we are able to focus on the customer more.
Are we doing only laptops, or we would also do other gadgets like mobile phone, accessories? Would that also become a part of our business format? It will
come eventually, but not now. As of now, it won't come, because we would want to focus at least a year on the laptop sales, because this is where our expertise lies, this is where our uniqueness lies. But as we go ahead, more products will naturally come up, the store will be visited by more and more customers, so we can always look into that.
And can a franchisee, because I'm seeing a couple of questions, for example, he's only making a sale and the entire procurement is done by you. So is there a possibility where, the franchisee can also facilitate this procurement and he can buy maybe a gadget at his store? Is that a possibility?
Yes, the buyback. So one of the videos I did show that any customer can come into the store and sell their old item. All right. So the complete process tech is already there. Any store who is coming, any investor who is coming on board with us to open a franchisee store is most welcome to have any customer walking into his store and take his unit from it.
So that's buyback, you said, but buyback of the product which they have sold. But can they take otherwise also a product which has not been sold from the outlet?
Yes, absolutely. Any mobile phone, any laptop can be bought through these stores and fed into RD's ecosystem. The store will be benefited by these exchanges by getting paid for each exchange. That is an over and above the sales revenue.
Absolutely. And which are the locations, Siddharth? Because I see some, our audience from different locations who have joined, and I see somebody asking even for, I would say tier 4, rural kind of setup. So which are the most important markets for us to be in? Are we doing a cluster centric approach and say, I'm looking at maybe North India or NCR to consider this? We have segregated certain markets that we want to be in. So would you want to maybe comment on markets, which is your priority at the moment?
Okay. Opening a store in metro cities is sure shot a success. Delhi, Mumbai, all right. There is a lot of demand there. A lot of students and a lot of migrant population has come into these cities, and they want to upgrade themselves because they have seen these gadgets now available everywhere, and they want to use the internet here. So yes, there is a big opportunity in metro cities, and that is why we need to have more stores in metro cities. But as we move ahead and go into smaller towns, so because of the smaller geography, one or two store would be more than enough. So there is no, we are not saying no to any store coming up in any city, but as per the rollout plan, we need to have more focus on metro cities.
Sure. And I saw a question also, because we're into laptops, I saw somebody asking a question, do we have a tie-up with some institutions, corporates, because, they are one of the biggest, while you have individual buyers, retail customers who would walk in and buy, but what is the strategy, institutional, corporate, school tie-ups? Is that something that you advise your partners to get in, or you facilitate these tie-ups, or do we have a, policy like this?
Yes, absolutely. See, all these tie-ups are actually the part of our sourcing, okay? But our focus has always been to enable recycledevice.com as the major source of the inventory, because when you tie up with these companies and other, you become a part of their ecosystem. So we have always tried to make our ecosystem stronger by pushing recycledevice.com more and more into the sourcing segment.
This I'll pick some locations. Let me know if these locations are good for us to go. And I see a lot of locations from north, including Ludhiana. I see Mr. Kohli, from Ludhiana. He's interested there. One of our investors, Prayagraj se likh rahe hain. He's looking for that location. Lucknow bhi hai, Kanpur. Then I see Mohali, Noida, and some locations, close by, which is NCR. So are these locations all open for us? Allahabad, Archit Jaiswal ji.
Absolutely. These are very good locations. Ludhiana has a very good customer base available. We all tend to travel across India. We know that Allahabad, Ludhiana, Mohali are very good cities. We will be happy to partner with the people there.
Okay, I'll take a question. Deepak Kapoor ji is asking, is this model only for physical stores, or can we opt only for warehouse? If yes, what is expected out of us? Can the warehouse be in a residential property? And Deepak ji is from Gurgaon.
Okay, the warehouse model is a very different thing. Today we are only speaking about the B2C franchisee of laptops. So warehouse is a very different thing. We can speak on it some other day.
So Deepak ji, so abhi hum EBO hi consider karenge, and all these locations, Karunesh ji, Lucknow is open, Archit ji, Prayagraj, Allahabad is also open, and Tarun ji was looking for Noida. I am seeing Mohali. These locations are also open for us, and I think I'm just taking these questions. I might have missed also some questions. So friends, my request would be, if there's anything more that you want to ask, please write. I see our friends from Vizag, friends, who have joined from south of India. So that's hum south abhi consider karenge, or that would be something in the second phase that we would want to ask.
Absolutely, we will consider. No issues with that. We already have warehouses set up across India, and logistics network is very stably enabled. So we don't mind operating in any city for that matter.
इसमें inventory में question है, and Mr. Jay, you have a question. If you can explain that question, I have not understood your question. I think your question is, if you can explain that, I'm not able to make out. And अगर आप लिखेंगे, maybe I'll take it up with Siddharth. इसमें कोई भी ऐसी inventory है which is, slow moving, not being able to, sell. Do we do maybe a replacement of that? We take that back. What do we do with the slow moving inventory?
See, I can see the Mr. Jay's question, but I don't see what he means there. I myself has been trying to understand what he has written there. So I feel that if the question is about the margins, okay, so the margins are available from the first laptop sale onwards. So there is no doubt about margins. The sales And the returns has always been said that first 2-3 months sales might be slow because of store discovery thing. As soon as store is visible to the people and people know about the presence of store, the sales will pick up. Okay, and our projections are also based on some increment on month basis. 20-30% sale improvement will always be there.
All right. And how about the inventory? If any inventory which is not moving, Siddharth, is it replaced by a fast moving inventory?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, there will always be a smaller percentage of the inventory in single digit, which might not move at that pace compared to some other model. So it is a database driven process. We will always have a close eye on that, and it will be taken care of.
Great. So friends, I'm also typing as I'm speaking to you. So, we don't have too much of time on hand at the moment. So I'll request all of you friends who wish to communicate with Siddharth, meet with him and see maybe the current facilities. They're based out of Noida. Anybody who wants to set up a meeting, please reach out on the hotline number of Franchise India and we'll facilitate a meeting, a call, a virtual, physical, as you may deem appropriate. And our teams are working on the project. And we're also planning a discovery day while in the coming week. But anybody who wants to reach out today, our hotline, which is 9717683838 is open. आप लिख सकते हैं, WhatsApp कर सकते हैं, and we'll set up maybe a time or a slot for a meeting with Siddharth to take our discussion ahead. And also we have a Facebook Live where the entire recording of the session presentation is there. Any part that you might have missed, you want to go back, you can do that. And if you need a presentation working on the financials, OPEX, breakup of the investment, all that is something that our teams can share with you over an email or over a WhatsApp, so that when you come for the meeting, we are prepared in terms of what we need and the questions at hand. And before we close, Siddharth, I'll request if there's a closing remark for the entire audience listening, both live and on the webinar. A last message from you, Siddharth.
Yes, just a second, please. Okay, Sonia ma'am and the esteemed audience, thank you for being here and showing interest into the recycled devices vision. So we do want each of you to be connected with us as we move forward and come up with your questions so that we are able to clear all the doubts and we are able to put our vision across to you. Just like we have been building our brand slowly and steadily for last 5 years in the domain of purchasing and the buyback of the old electronics from the customer, we now to move ahead with all these expertise into the liquidation of these units into the B2C segment. And it cannot be done without the support of the like-minded people, and that's what we are looking for here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's very, very relevant. And I'd like to thank all our friends who joined in today. And friends, thank you for the overwhelming response. And Mr. Kohli, overall investment, आपका last question है. The overall investment is about 7 lakhs. यहाँ पे majority of investment is in the stock. तो 4 लाख का आपका stock रहता है. 1 लाख का franchise fees है, which is 5 lakhs, and the balance about 1.5-2 lakhs आपका interior के तरफ आपका investment जाता है. And space requirement is about 150 square feet. तो कोई बहुत बड़ा location नहीं चाहिए, छोटा आपका area requirement है. So thank you for being with us, friends. And before I close, I'll request Rashna to kindly take over for her concluding remarks. Rashna, over to you.
So thank you so much, Siddharth. Thank you so much, Meng. We really appreciate the kind of effort you guys have done for this webinar. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, sparing time joining the webinar. All the dear friends, we definitely want to thank you for the registration. All the queries will definitely come back to you to provide more information. Still, you can connect with us at our business number, which is 97176-83838. You can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. We welcome all the valuable suggestion and feedback to improve our services. You can share them at our different social handles. We are available at Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Also, it's easy to get connected with the management team of Franchise India at their LinkedIn IDs, information on your screen. And tomorrow, we wish you to come and participate, be with us for the entire day for our Ghaziabad show. The show is happening in Radisson Blu. Show will start at 10 p.m. and you have chance to meet founders, director of 50 top companies. So don't miss this chance. Join us tomorrow for our Ghaziabad franchise show, and tomorrow in Kolkata, if you come from this belt, we are also doing show in Kolkata. Same time, but the hotel is different. In Kolkata, it's Lalit. So please visit us tomorrow, Ghaziabad, and for Kolkata show. And on Monday, we are representing the brand under our 12 p.m. webinar Lickster. It's a very popular premium popsicle and ice cream brand. They are already running their 5 outlets, and this business opportunity can be started with an investment of 20 lakh rupees. To join this particular webinar, do registration with us. Registration link is available at our different social handles as well as on our hotline number. Thank you once again for joining in today. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, friends.